Hi guys, so in this video I will show you how I create very powerful techno melodies for my techno tracks. This is going to be, I'm going to show you a plugin that it's kind of a super tool for idea generation. I have no affiliation with them or anything like that, but yeah, I think it's a very powerful tool if used wisely in techno productions. So just listen to this drum pattern that I've created. There is a drum loop and a bass loop. It's in, I believe, G minor, the bass. So listen to it. So I went a little bit lower on the volume, and yeah, well, nothing really serious happening there, but it's just something that we will be using. Now, as I said, my tool that I want to show you is called Riffer. Now, as I said, I have no affiliation with them. Riffer is a tool that will generate MIDI for you. Okay, now it's a generation tool, which means that it's generative tool, which means that it doesn't really generate you like musical ideas in terms of beautiful melodies, but it generates you a set of MIDI notes that you can then use in your productions. And so if you click this little cube here, it will generate for you some notes. What I like to do from zero is I look to this density, and it creates this density change, which basically means that on the place where one MIDI note should be happening, it creates more MIDI notes. And sometimes it can be useful, but I mostly tend to turn this off. So what I do, I make them so it plays only one note in each step, and I click this little close icon so it doesn't change. This will do this density parameter will not change anymore. So if I click this cube, it will generate me more new notes, but the density remains always on 1. So when I play this now, nothing will really happen because Riffer is just generating the notes, but no plugin actually plays the notes. So as you can hear, something is happening, but there is no plugin that would play these notes. So what I will do is I will go to my Arturia folder, and I will load Mini V4, which is my go-to Moog modulation. And in order to set this up, now what you want to do, you want to tell Mini V4 to play the notes that Riffer is generating. And you do this very simply. You need to arm Mini V4, and then you need to set all ins, the Riffer, and the post-effects also to Riffer. These two settings, when you do this, now when I'm going to solo it and I hit play, Mini V will play these notes that Riffer is generating. And now if I change these notes here, if I click this, basically changes. Now what I like to do on Riffer is I like to play around with the shuffle. It creates this shuffling effect. And what I also like, I like to play around with the duration, because when you play around with duration, it helps you to create these feelings of like longer notes. Now if I go lower on the octave, it will play you obviously lower notes. And the same happens if you go lower. Higher, I'm sorry. So, and now what I want to do is I want to be able to create some kind of a polymeter. So let's say I do this. I shorten the whole length, and in order to make it a little bit more interesting, I'm gonna load some kind of an effect. So I like to use delays, of course, in techno, but for now I'm just gonna using it very, very gently. And I also like to add a little bit of a reverb, not too much, just a little bit. And I'm gonna EQ the lows because I don't need the lows here, right? So this is what we got. So listen to this in the context of the beat. Now the most important thing I forgot to mention is that Riffer plays these notes in a certain octave, and since we know that this bass line is in G, we need to set Riffer also to G, and this makes sure that we stay in tune. So there's instantly a good one, right? We can change this. And of course we can play around with the preset that we have here. So let's find some interesting combination. Okay, this one is nice. So yeah, this is it, guys. Utilize Riffer. It's a very powerful tool, and it can help you to generate a lot of very interesting ideas that you can then use in your techno productions. Thank you. Cheers.